Yeah.
It's visible, sir.
Visible? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Fine.
yes, sir.
Yeah. You need for video or just turn off? Video is required?
No need, sir. This PPT is enough, sir. Screen is enough, sir.
Okay. No. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Thank
Thank you, sir.
you. Yeah. Once again, thanks for this opportunity. Okay. The title is Challenges and Potential Benefits in Integrating Blockchain with IoT. It's very nice topic. Actually, that blockchain and IoT, two different things we are planning to integrate, two different areas. Definitely, while integrating a lot of benefits as well as a lot of change we need to face. Okay, it's kind of a discussion session. Okay, where some basic content because it's not a programming kind of sessions. We do the demo, everything. Okay, generally have completely the theoretical perspective. General discussion will just proceed. Yeah, my agenda of my presentation, overview of my presentation, I start with what is the IoT, the IoT architectures, the application of IoT, the basic. Anyway, already have some base idea about the IoT, but just refresh it. The base idea about the IoT. Next, challenges, specifically the challenges to secure IoT deployment perspective. What are the limitations? Okay, basically the current aspects, issues in centralized system. What are the limitations is there? Suppose we'll move to the decentralization of IoT. Just discuss about the decentralizing IoT also. Next, we introduced all the problems we faced specifically in IoT aspects. Introduce a new approach in blockchain. We just showed the basic idea about the blockchain first discussed, followed by just wholly integrating blockchain and IoT. What are the advantages, the benefits, uh, followed by the challenges. What are the challenges we need to face while integrating blockchain and IoT? This is overview of my presentation. Yeah, first I start with the IoT, the basics. What is IoT? Okay, IoT simply is connected objects. Okay, anything is possible to connect in according to the current situation. Specifically, according to the current scenario, everything, anything and everything, anybody, anywhere, or any kind of business, any kind of network is possible to connect it for the objects over the internet. Okay, just the diagram shows any device, no specific, any device is possible, anybody. Okay, because in real world, each and everything is object. Okay, anything is possible to connect any locations, any business. Okay, that is a internet of things. Specifically, have plenty of applications, different areas. We are just you see what is the IoT. This refers to the interrelated and interconnected objects. Things is indicated for the objects. Okay, things may be the anything is possible nowadays. Okay, but only one thing is that things is have the ability to collect the information and transfer the data over the network, because the internet you need to transfer accordingly for further processing without human intervention. Okay, that is the IoT. But just specifically here extended for the internet connectivity according to the current scenario. Okay, not just for the computers and humans. Okay, so most of the environmental things is possible to connect. That is IoT. So next, just move to for the architecture's perspective. As I said, generally the four blocks of IoT, the main four blocks. So basically the things. The first one is the things. The things indicated the objects. Okay, things may be the anything. Okay, any objects. Okay, each and everything is considered as objects. Okay, automatically that the first block is the things, or the intermediate, basically the gateways and the network infrastructure. So the next one is the gateways. Next one is the network infrastructure. So finally, the computing and processing aspects, the cloud infrastructures. The same thing I try to relate for the layer perspective. Okay, first initially the sensing the layer. Suppose you'll put for some sensor in particular objects. Okay, you need to collect the data from that sensor. Your sensing layer. But next, with the help of some gateways, connect with the networks. Okay, network layers is including for the both gateways and the network infrastructures. Okay, so next is a processing for storage and the processing. We generally will use for the cloud. Is finally the application, for which application we use for the particular objects. Basically, that four blocks, the four building blocks. So the first one is the things. Okay, so uniquely identified on particular objects or on particular nodes. Usually, we'll use for the different kind of sensor according to the requirement of your application. Okay, without human intervention, we simply collect the sensing data with the help of the sensors. Okay, this is connected to the for further process. A lot of different sensor is this. Okay, for specific application needs, we will just use for the appropriate sensor. Okay, just in order to collect the real-time dynamic content data of that particular objects for according to the application. The next block, the gateways. So like intermediaries between things and the cloud. We collect the data for further process or for storage or computation. Okay, but automatically we need for them some connecting. There's just connectivity that is used for the gateway blocks. Network infrastructures, we use different equipments, different devices to connect for the secure control and secure data flow. That is the network infrastructures. The fourth block is the cloud infrastructure, the actual processing, actual computation, our storage perspective. Okay, that is the cloud infrastructures. This is the four main blocks of IoT architectures. The same that the blocks I just try to relate it for the layer perspective. The sensing layer, network layer, data processing layer. Okay, next one is the application, the layers. Base idea, when you already have the clear idea about the IoT architecture, I am not go more information about that fundamental part. Okay, next we'll just move to the benefits perspective. Benefits, okay, everyone nowadays realize the benefits of the Internet of Things. The different applications. Okay, almost all the areas IoT play the role. Okay, specifically that like a medical field, tracking, specifically the agriculture field. For example, consider for the agriculture field means the drought identification, irrigation systems, crops disease identification. These are all specifically the IoT play the role. A lot of research is also going on. Similarly for the fashion monitoring, okay, like a smart house automation, tracking, different kind of tracking system is there. Likewise, the different almost each and every field, but every day periodically increase the things to connect to the internet. Okay, but general aspects, the benefit point of view, just usually just enhance the customer experience. Just a safety and the security perspective. These are all an application point of view. Okay, video verification, access control, fire alarm, smart monitoring. These are all enhance the user safety and security perspective. Likewise, the quality wise, like air quality, just identify the air. Accordingly, just analyze something and just enhance the quality wise, temperatures, employee, hygienic monitoring perspective. As well as including the business efficiency perspective also. You'll think of okay, almost each and every aspects current nowadays we are using for the Internet of Things. But generally, the benefits, what is the main objective here? So it's improving the quality of life. As we see here, the IoT just connected billions of objects. Okay, simultaneously you are able to share and collect the read the data, share the informations. Okay, but automatically that enhance the information sharing. Okay, but different requirement of the application perspective. Also, basically, the businesses are today the business are motivated by Internet of Things. Increase automatically the a lot of convenience is there with the help of the IoT. Different areas have a lot of advantages is there. Automatically increase the revenue, just reducing the operating cost, because without human intervention, you are simply collect and process and just process for the things. Automatically, there are very less human interventions. Yes, lot of efficiencies, quality of life, and different angle is automatically is possible. Yes. Next, actually, here, so more and more things are into the digital fold for every day. Just every day, keep on the count is increase. Okay, but automatically the multi-trillion dollar industry in the near future is also there. Currently, we are facing so many areas or so many fields. The IoT play the role. Okay, just again, you think of after 5 years or after 10 years, definitely, just almost each and everything is connected to the internet. That's generally the people are telling. Okay, our planet after 5 years or after 10 years, definitely, just almost each and everything is connected to the internet. That's generally the people are telling. Okay, our planet, okay, just connecting object is more than connected people. Like that is possible after some period of time. Okay. That's all here up to this particular part. Just we'll discuss about what is the IoT, the basic blocks of the IoT, the benefits of different areas there. I'm not specifically discuss about one particular area of application. Generally, what are the general benefits of Internet of Things? How it's improve the quality of life, just reducing the operating cost, they improve the efficiency of each and every aspects. Okay, that's what we discussed. Specifically, we are thinking about the challenges to secure IoT deployments. That is important. Because we are trying to connect it for the both IoT and blockchain, basically in the context of security aspects. So generally, for the current actual IoT deployment ecosystems, what is the challenges is there? Specifically, what are the limitation is there? Okay, that we will discuss first of all, some of the points. Real changes is to secure IoT model, definitely, without any doubt, because here connecting for the physical objects, where the security is a very one of the important concern. It's not an easy task here, because different objects is there, but definitely securely you need to read, you need to securely process, you need to securely store it, and just further communications. Everything is there. To secure that IoT model is there is one of the important concern. Is one of the important challenges specifically here. So just definitely you need to address the particular issues for effective analysis. They enhance the performance of the each and every applications. Strengthen your application, definitely the secure IoT model is the fundamental part. Many hurdles and challenges facing real secure IoT model. Here's some of the points I specify here specifically, but just automatically on questions will come. What about the existing security things or technologies? They are also trying to migrate to the IoT based on the IoT nature. Okay, they try to give the solution, but it's not enough to produce for the Paka secure IoT model. So generally, in the secure IoT model means what is our goal? Basically, Internet of Things perspective. Get data. Okay, just to collect the data from various sensors securely to the right place at the right time in the right format. This is our main goal, specifically the secure IoT model. What are the limitations there? Current scenario, what are the limitations? Okay, what are the areas we need to address in order to find the solution for that particular limitations? Okay, specifically, many IoT systems are poorly designed according to the current, because each and everything is simply connected. Different small just operating systems or some processor or some sensor we are using, but lack of securities mechanisms for poorly designed and implemented. Different protocols, different technologies that people are using for the connecting the objects. So definitely we face a lot of problem in this context. Next one, for some of the limitations. Guidance, limited guidelines for life cycle maintenance and management of IoT devices. Different devices, we are using different device network infrastructures. Okay, as you are using for the cloud, so many things is there. Life cycle maintenance, the management of the IoT devices are limited. Specifically, IoT privacy concerns are complex and rarely evident. Okay, it's not always readily evident. Privacy concerns, a lot of problem is this. Standards, lack of standards for authentication and authorization of IoT edge devices. Just not just a user authentication perspective, authorization, the permission you just give for the give the access to the resource, various resource in IoT environment. The lack of thing is lack of standard is there here. Okay, as well different protocols, different configurations, different environment, different. Okay, just we are using just multi-tendency. We need to address for the multi-tendency. Okay, different angle. Okay, multi protocols. Interoperabilities is very important issues here. A different source and destination, different protocol, different topologies we are using. Automatically, dealing that multi-tendency is also immature. These are all general common problem of the current IoT deployment models. Specifically, this is some of the everyday technology like the cameras on smartphones easily hijacked by the malware. Okay, just used against the servers. These are all unavoidable nowadays. You need to address this kind of problems. Simply connecting different objects for the different purpose, it's okay. A lot of advantages there. So that the same advantages you need to feel, you need to completely take that advantages. Definitely, we need to address for the security. It's one of the fundamental research for all the domains specifically. In IoT, because every day things are connecting is increasing, rapidly increasing. Definitely, we need to address this for the security aspects. The new technologies we need to think to provide, need to address this kind of problem with help of the new technologies is unavoidable. Specifically, the IoT devices and from the information attacks is unavoidable. Physical tampering is also there. Here we are just used for the physical objects, different objects we are using. Okay, each and everything is possible to connect. Even just you will connect it for the one particular room or one particular machine or one particular mechanical device, or each and everything is possible. Even possible to hijack, even possible to attack that particular device, physical objects also possible. Okay, definitely we need to address this for the new technologies to address this particular problems. Actually, the current IoT deployment model is completely based for the centralized model, the client server model. Just client server model means it's just the decision making is it's on hand, one particular. Okay, for example, centralized in the client server model, different clients will interact with the servers. Usually, we'll use for the IoT aspects for different application needs. Usually, we are using for the cloud environment because they provided for the high computation. A lot of storage is available. In these aspects, a lot of service providers also there. But all the devices are identified as authenticated and connected through cloud services. Reason is specifically high processing, the capabilities. Just a lot of storage capabilities there. That is the reason we just prefer for the centralized IoT systems. But because of that centralized IoT system, we face a lot of problems. What are the problems because of that centralized model? Okay, just first you need to address for that particular. What are the problems with the current centralized model? Specifically, you see here, suppose the two devices connected with a short distance. Any doubts? No. Okay. The two different objects, so just specify here, even if they happen to be a few feet apart. Okay, within a room, maybe you connected for the two objects, but not necessary. You will collect the data from the particular objects, but then transfer the data to the cloud for processing or storage. Okay, based on that computations you take for the decision or something application needs. It's unavoidable, basically in centralized model. But anyway, the effective IoT model generally we are using for the cloud-based. But in future, near futures, lot of objects are connected. Each and every objects respond a lot of information you need to store. Each IoT is automatically dealing is very difficult. Okay, but just rapidly increase the size. A huge amount of data you need to process. Okay, that is also the important problem for the centralized model. One more thing, but existing that IoT solutions are expensive because it's centralized model. Automatically, you need to think of the large amount of servers, centralized clouds, largest servers we need for process. For high computation, we need for the high-end servers, very good environments. These are all unavoidable. But total amount of communication, the cost of that particular entire communications definitely is high. It's very difficult dealing for this kind of things because very expensive. Even suppose you think about for the third party cloud providers. Okay, just space is also a concern, but normal small applications not a deal. Okay, automatically just give for some images freely. After some period of time, just you need to pay for the lot of amount even storage perspective. So think of definitely we need for the Paka storage for the high computations. Everything is connected automatically. Some extent is not possible to manage for the cloud also. Okay, that's why the sheer amount of the communication is very difficult to handle. It is increase definitely the total amount of the entire communications increase the cost. It is also we need to address. This is the problem of the current centralized model. Suppose you need to migrate the centralized model to decentralizing IoT networks. So far what we discussed, actually the existing IoT model, deployment model is centralized one. Based on that IoT architectures I already explained, based on that we just centralized it. Automatically to collect the data, we need to process or storage. It depends on one particular high-end servers. Maybe sometimes it's a cloud or some other high-end servers. Okay, we need to spend a lot of amount. Operational cost is high. With the total, the communication, the entire process is high. Okay, suppose just you will think of decentralizing IoT networks. The same issues, what are the issues we addressed specifically the centralized model, the problem of with the centralized IoT model, a lot of issues is possible to resolve, to address, solve many issues with the help of decentralizing IoT networks. Because reason is here, just decentralizing mean definitely it's a peer-to-peer communications model, no centralized one. The decision is anyone will take. Okay, no one is act as a client, no one is act as a each and everyone act as a client and each and everyone is act as a servers. We're not necessary to think of that cloud aspect, and we're not necessary to think of high-end machines, high-end server you need to maintain. Not necessary. Here is a peer-to-peer communications. And generally, in centralized model, the client-server model. Okay, we need to think of the huge. We need to spend a lot of amount for the server part. Okay, peer-to-peer communication, each and every node, no master-slave concept here. Peer-to-peer communications. Automatically, it's possible to reduce for the cost, significantly reduce for the device cost, operational cost. Specifically, the storage perspective is spent for a lot of things. Everything is just here, just reduced. Distribute computations across the billions of the devices that from the IoT networks. We are automatically decentralizing means easy to manage. Specifically, reduce for the operational cost. Also address for the security aspects that we will discuss the upcoming slides. See here, the server-based failure is possible. Okay, the prevent actually here, just specifically I'll address for the single point of okay, just existing the client server model. The services have some issues. The entire thing is possible to collapse. So suppose in decentralizing IoT networks, okay, prevent failure in any single node, it's not affected for the entire systems. Peer-to-peer communications, each and every machine, okay, connected to is possible to connect for the anyone. Okay, no that server concept, master slave concepts case. See that differentiation, the server based, client server based. Okay, here peer-to-peer networks. The main three advantages, suppose you'll move to for that, you are think of decentralizing IoT networks. Three important fundamental functionality aspects: peer-to-peer messaging, sending message directly between two people, any two peoples. Distributed file sharing is possible, multiple locations. Okay, multiple files, servers also will maintain and share for the informations. Okay, autonomous device coordinations. Collect and process the data in real time from the environment for the long durations. Suppose you are thinking the current IoT deployment model in decentralizing perspective. How it's a reduce that operational cost and some of the disadvantages in the centralizing IoT models. Apart from this, lot of definitely here the peer-to-peer communications. Even though we are thinking about the peer-to-peer communication, I mean decentralizing IoT networks, but have some. Again, we need to address for that security first issues of security. We need to deal for that security. But generally, what we are already thinking, normal centralized IoT model, you are thinking means what are the basic issues. Suppose the same thing you are thinking about in decentralizing IoT networks. Okay, some of the issues is possible to address. But even though, again, we need to address for the major issue is the security perspective. Okay, protecting sensitive data is very important here because here physical object is connected. Okay, just that is very important here. Not a general security as means only you think about for the data, but here you need to think about both. Okay, that actual data also you need to think, and physical objects also is connected here. Okay, it's possible to tampering the physical objects. Okay, damaging. Okay, just attacking, hijacking is possible. Definitely, we need to use some proposed solution to prevent or to address this kind of problems. Just that the effective transaction or effective communications to prevent for the spoofing and theft. Okay, that's why we'll think of one approach. We need to propose for the one particular new approach. The proposed solution is blockchain approach. Yeah, before discuss about the blockchain, but so far What are the things we covered? Just summarize it. Okay, first what is the IoT? The basic IoT model architecture. Next is the benefits of IoT we discussed. Next, centralizing IoT model. By default, that we are thinking about currently, we are thinking about centralized IoT model. Suppose you are in these aspects, so a lot of limitations or a lot of issues is there. The same issues. By default, the security is one of the important issues, even centralized IoT deployment model. Other than security, a lot of other issues like operating cost. Okay, these are all the issues also there. So the same thing you are thinking about in decentralizing IoT model, some of the things is possible to address here, because in centralizing aspects, we're thinking about client server model. But decentralizing IoT deployment, we are thinking about the peer-to-peer communications. But even though security is one of the major concern, we need to address. We need to propose one new solution. That's why we'll think of the blockchain approach. That is our main topic. What is the main topic? Yes, integrating IoT and blockchain. What are the benefits? And what are the challenges? So far, what are the things is there? What are the limitations is there that we will discuss general in IoT aspects. Next, the same all the issues in manage, somehow is managed with the help of the blockchain approach. So generally, first we need to think, just discuss about the basics of the blockchain approach. The blockchain technology offers a way of recording transaction or any digital interaction in secure manner. Even nowadays, the people are using for secure communications. It's secure, transparent, auditable, and efficient. Okay, justly that the blockchain created for the new business model. Okay, currently that most of the people are not currently the people are thinking about only for the transaction perspective, crypto time. Okay, now but just now the people are slightly moved to for the financial aspects or marketing or advertisement. Also, we are thinking about the blockchain technology. Okay, this is a new business model blockchain for the secure. Just in order to provide for the security perspective, people are thinking for the business model. This is young and changing very rapidly. Okay, next I'll just give some basic idea about the blockchain. Next, I will try to just integrate the IoT and blockchain. What are the advantages and the limitations we will think. So one of the important things here, why the blockchain approach is special? What is the special here? By default, it is distributed in nature. Okay, that existing the things that people are using for the centralized one. Okay, normal like a database, you are thinking about the normal database. You may store the content. At any time you are able to access, anytime you are able to edit, delete, is possible, centralized, like a client server. But actually the blockchain is the distributed. You know, client, okay, each and everyone has act as a client, as the servers. The same thing what we already discussed in IoT aspect, centralized IoT, decentralized IoT. What are the benefits? Okay, but by default in the blockchain, why? What is the special? This is faster. Okay, the people are using for the effective transaction, the fast transaction, the safe transaction, as well as this is cheaper. Because its operational cost is here. No, because no centralized one server you need to maintain in order to process, in order to store the things. Automatically it is cheaper compared to the traditional, I mean the centralized ledger aspects. Okay, that is the special of the blockchain here. Some of the basic information about the blockchain. We already know about the blockchain. Anyway, simply I refresh it. Okay, it is the distributed ledger technology. It's a cryptography or encoded ledger. Okay, usually just for the transaction, generally The cryptography means automatically the normal data encrypted with some of the algorithms and just transfer. Next, decrypt for the receiver end in order to find further that original. Okay, by default it is a cryptographic or encoded ledger. A database of transaction in the form of blocks arranged in chain, like a chain, like a linked list. You people know about the linked list. The transaction in the form of blocks. Next, that actually these are verified. The database of transaction in the form of blocks arranged in chain. These are verified and validated by the multiple users through consensus mechanisms. Okay, just a proof of work mechanism where generally the people are using for the Bitcoin mining. Like a credit, for example, how some miner is there. Okay, suppose someone assuming the one person is plan to transfer the amount to some other persons. Okay, just whether it is a valid transaction, it's a correct transaction. Okay, intermediate, the people are validate. It's not only for the one single person, it's a group of peoples. Okay, validate. Based on that validate, just the transaction is make it success. That I will discuss again. Briefly, we'll discuss in upcoming slides. The basic two types of elements. Only the thing, transaction is another one is the blocks in blockchain. The transaction means what is the transaction? Is the action created by the participants in the system. Some action, maybe any kind of action, transfer or any kind of just store some data, or whatever the actions. Okay, that is the transactions. Likewise, the block means what is the blocks? A record this transaction, make sure they are in the correct sequence or not been tampered with. Okay, it's perfectly validated that blocks added with the existing blocks. Okay, the two terms generally we'll use for the blockchain, transaction and the blocks. Some more information about the blockchain. It's a distributed in nature. What is the meaning? In distributed in nature means no master computer holding the entire chain, like a server. Not necessary here. Okay, each and every person is act as a client as well as a servers. Participating nodes have the copy of chain. Just dynamically growing. For example, someone wants to add a transaction to the chain. We already have some chain of blocks is theirs. Okay, someone need to add the transaction to the chain. Okay, all the participants in the network, the existing network, validate it. How it is validated? This is just that's why this proof of work concept is what the people are using in Bitcoin mining. Okay, the same thing. We'll just solve the problems in order to validate. Based on that, majority of the people's validate is agreed. It's a valid. Okay, after that only is possible to automatically set of approved transaction is bundled in the block. Likewise, each successive block contains for the already have some existing successive blocks. This is the new validated blocks. Majority of the participants to agree, because each and every person has the code. Okay, just data. Okay, it's not easily is possible to edit or delete. So automatically, one questions comes to one mind. Okay, for example, each and everyone has my data, but with private key. Okay, it's not simply is possible. Okay, for example, without our knowledge is or without one single person is not possible to take a decision here. In generally, in the client server model aspects, okay, it's possible to do one decision is the server part. It's on the decision, anything is possible to happen. But here it's not decision is not only for the one particular node. Okay, the block of group of peoples you need to validate it for each transactions. You need to agree whether it is valid or not. Based on that, it is possible to add for the existing blocks. Okay, see here that basically how it is work. That basic idea, what are the things? For example, someone requests a transaction. Okay, that requested transaction is broadcast to peer-to-peer network consisting of the computers, or it's known as the nodes. Okay, it is not a client-server model here. Okay, peer-to-peer, anyone can access to anyone. Okay, just validates the transactions. Okay, using that's why I already mentioned how the people are validate. It means like the proof of work, proof of stage, sort of algorithm is this. Okay, generally the people are telling like some miners, sort of miner is there. Okay, that miners like a data miner. Okay, likewise here some miners verified the transactions. Okay, the miners also received some of the rewards in the terms of the cryptocurrency. So majority of the people's verified and just approved this is valid. After the only once verified, the transaction is combined with the other transactions to create a new block for the ledger. Okay, this already have some block of chains, just like a linked list. The block of chain is there. New one, someone is try to include or someone is try to add that existing one. Okay, simply transfer. Okay, P2P network. Okay, share around the peoples. Okay, that's next is the validate. Just majority of people is agreed it is the validate. Next, just add it for the existing ledger to create the new blocks of the data for the ledgers. For example, you see the diagrams here. The new block is added, the existing. New block is then added to the existing blockchain. Maybe that is permanent and alterable, editable. In generalized traditional approaches, and what manner the people are using, like a client server model means simply the people store into the some content or some data into the server. Okay, but automatically is anytime is possible to edit, anytime is possible to delete, is possible here. The decision is only based on for the server part. Okay, here this advantage is peer-to-peer, so distributed in nature. Okay, with the help of the peer-to-peer communication, okay, but automatically each and everyone have the data of your transactions. Okay, for example, no single person is possible. For example, one person give the decision. It's not acceptable here. Okay, just majority of the peoples do the decisions based on the validation. Okay, after that only is possible to add for the existing blocks. Okay, this is a basic idea about the blockchain. Okay, what is the blockchain? There's some basic content only I give. Okay, it's distributed in nature. It's like a normal, the normal databases. Okay, but here's a database of transaction is available in the form of blocks. Okay, how the people are added into the block. Okay. That's why just I will explain for the particular steps how that actually the transaction or some particular data added to the existing databases. I mean the blocks. Just measure the key benefits of the blockchain. Generally, the only thing about the blockchain aspects. What are the advantages? Time savings. Yeah, definitely. What is the reason for it? Just blockchain transaction can be completely faster and more efficiently. Yes, automating the process, the blockchain. Cost saving, it's one of the important advantages for the blockchain. Do not think about for the just third parties like a cloud service provider or high-end machine or high-end servers. Okay, automatically here decentralized in natures. Okay, automatically the cost saving is one of the important key benefits. Security. Okay, new transaction are linked to the previous transaction. How that new blocks after validation, the new block is added to the existing blocks. Okay, the validations based on some algorithm, algorithm. Automatically, it's secured one. Okay, tighter security, privacy. No one is known about the persons. Okay, enhanced privacy. Transaction must be agreed upon before the are recorded. After transaction is approved, it okay encrypted and linked to the previous transactions. Auditability aspects automatically is enhance the auditability because it's maintained. Each and every person has this assets is maintained for the blocks. It's available in the form of chains. Okay, it's just improved for the auditability. Next, increase for the operational efficiency. Just reduce for the transaction fees. You know, just overall the cost is very less. Okay, automatically is reducing transaction fees. These are the some of the key advantages for the blockchain. Next, we will move to integrating. What is the IoT and the fundamental issues in IoT for the current centralized deployment model. Okay, next also we discuss about what is the blockchain, how the blockchain is works, how it is provided by default distributed in natures. Okay. Next, suppose you try to combine the blockchain and IoT. Okay, blockchain is one end, IoT is another end. Okay, you try to combine these two. But definitely, it's possible to bring for a lot of advantages. Also, we need to address for the lot of challenges. Actually, the current IoT industry peoples are expecting for the secure model, IoT deployment model. It's on just blockchain technology. It's required according to the current because periodically will increase for the objects to connected. Every day the people increase the connected objects. All are expecting for the secure deployment model. And definitely the blockchain use a lot of solution. Okay, IoT industries, the blockchain technology is the one of the important. What are the benefits? Suppose we are integrating for the blockchain and IoT. What are the benefits? The two different technology we are planning to integrate. A lot of benefit is this, like in terms of security aspects, decentralization, publicity, like some of the each and everything we'll discuss one by one. What are the benefits? For example, the first benefits, publicity. Here, what is the things? All participants have the ability to see all the transaction. In blockchain, okay, each and every person have the data, the transaction data. Each participant has maintained for their own ledger. But it's protected by the participants. Transaction is protected by participants' private key. Okay, just automatically here you think about that, but actually in IoT aspect, generally in blockchain is like this. In IoT, by default in dynamic in natures, okay, a lot of devices is connected. Okay, just collect the data. Okay, just informations you need to share for the for further processing. Okay, here suppose you apply for the blockchain. What is the advantage? The IoT is a dynamic system in which all connected devices can share information together at the same time, protecting users' privacy. Suppose you are thinking of blockchain while integrating. What is the advantages? Users' privacy is protecting users' privacy. That is the advantages. The next advantage is decentralization. But that we already discussed, specifically IoT decentralization. What are the advantages? Distributed ledger is there here. no single authority that can approve. Suppose normal client server means the server, one person you need to approve. Based on that only, everything happen. Here, decentralization. There is no single authority can approve the transactions. Or no specific rules to have the transaction accepted. Okay, but decentralization, blockchain by default, the decentralization. But thinking above these two, definitely it's also another advantages, important advantages. Next one is things. Massive amount of trust included, since the majority of the participants in the network have to reach an agreement to validate transactions. Automatically, the blockchain will provide a secure platform for IoT devices. Also is one of the important things, eliminating centralized traffic flows and single point of failure of the current centralized IoT architectures. Here, it's possible to overcome. The generalized normal, the client server aspects, single point of failure is possible. Okay, but decentralization, you're supposed to integrating the blockchain and IoT, but automatically decentralization. Okay, just single point of failure of the current centralized IoT architecture is possible. Yeah, next advantage is resilience. Each node has its own copy of the ledger that contain all the transactions that have ever made in the network. Automatically, suppose you just each and everything, each and the previous transaction also you maintain. Every other node information also is maintained. But actually in IoT aspects is kind of the drawback only here. But as well as some advantages also there. The copy of data for each node in the IoT will improve the information sharing, it's fine. But dealing that huge amount of data is very important. Storage issues there. Okay, processing, because according to the blockchain, each and every the previous transaction, we need to maintain ledger is maintained for the everything. It has some advantages. Advantages perspective, improve information sharing. The drawback is it's very difficult to do managing for the after some extent. Okay, that we will discuss in challenging perspective. Security. Okay, they already explained. Okay, the blockchain is the ability to provide for the security, a secure network over untrusted parties. The basic nature of the blockchain definitely is possible to provide it for the secure IoT deployment. Okay. The next is the speed. Is also another one of the important benefits of. Here, the transaction is distributed across the network in minutes. Will processed at any time throughout the day. Okay, so anytime it is possible to process. Automatic speed is possible here. Next is cost saving. We need to worry about generally in the existing IoT deployment model. We need to think for the lot of operational cost, the infrastructure cost. That is associated with the client server model. We need to maintain for the huge amount of. We need to spend for a lot of amount to maintain. But integrate with the blockchain, it's not necessary. The way yes, no centralized one. Automatically, just but over a period of time, just plenty of devices you increase, I mean, the object is increased, the cost may increase, but compare that the generalized IoT model or just decentralizing aspects, definitely the cost saving is one of the important advantage. Next is immutability. In normal traditional client-server model, use anytime you may store the data, okay, edit and modify, everything is possible. Okay, immutable ledger is the one of the key advantages of the blockchain technology. Okay, once you just add it, it's not possible to change it directly, because each and everything is shared for the group of peoples. But distributed is just verified for the majority of the network nodes. Okay, simply it's not possible to, the transaction can be altered or deleted easily. Definitely, this particular features provide for the increase the security and privacy in IoT data. Okay, so mutable means definitely easily possible to change as any data. Definitely it's not possible for the security and privacy. Okay, based on that particular nature of immutability characteristics, will increase for the security and privacy concerns in IoT model. Okay, so this next is anonymity. To process the transaction, both buyer and seller use for the anonymous. Unique address numbers keep for the identity, just to keep their identity, private identity. But the problem is, suppose because of this particular characteristics, increase the use of cryptocurrencies in the illegal online market. Actually, the Bitcoin, everything the people are initially they used for the same purpose. That's why still it's not, it's open. But however, it is one of the key advantages. For example, I am telling here that electoral voting. Okay, no one is know about who is that person. Okay, but drawback is there. Definitely, it's increase the use of cryptograms in the illegal online market, but have some advantages also there while integrating. These are some of the key benefits. Okay, the first one is the publicity. Okay, here that is possible for the protecting users' privacies. Each and every data is maintained for the own ledgers. Decentralization, no single point of contact is there. Approval, everything is not based on one particular node. Okay, by default is the decentralizations. Majority of the participants, we need to give the permission or just validate for any kind of further transactions. It's also avoid for the single point of failure. Okay, eliminating centralized traffic flows. So these are some of the advantages. Next is resiliency. Just here's each and every data we need to maintain. Even the current and previous history data is also you need to maintain. Somehow its advantages, some drawback is also there here. Improve the information sharing needs, but the storage, it's one of the key limitations here. Next, security by default, so based on the blockchain nature, it's possible to provide for the secure IoT model. Speed, okay, it's possible to distribute it across the network in minutes. It's possible to access for any time throughout the day. Speed is possible. Cost saving, because operational cost is here. Not necessarily spend a lot of amount for the operational cost. The cost saving is there. Immutability, it's one of the key features to increase the security and privacy, because not easily modified. Okay, it's not single persons simply go and modify your data, delete the data is not possible here. Anonymity. Here also have some advantage as well as some drawback is this. Private identity, keep their identity private, that was fine. But drawback, increase the illegal actions. Okay, like illegal online market, everything is possible here. But some extent is possible just maintain for the keep their identity private. Take some example like electoral, just voting machines also. Thinking of the particular applications. There are also some of the advantages while integrating for the blockchain, and some of the issues, some of the benefits we discussed. But definitely, challenges also there. A lot of challenges there. We have two different nature of technologies you try to integrate. Here is just the 6 challenges I list out here. Just discuss one by one. What are the challenges? Scalability issues. Over period of time, for example, increase automatically over period of time. Just lot of objects we need to connect it. Each and every nodes we need to broadcast to all other nodes. See, just real cases you are thinking. Okay, plenty of real objects, real things you connected to the internet. Each and every information you need to share for the all other nodes. Okay, it's one of the important overhead, broadcast traffic, and processing overheads. Because each and every information you need to share for the all other distributed nodes. Scalability is one of the important issues. Because blockchain has some basic nature. Okay, in this nature you try to adapt it for the IoT. In some extent is okay. Okay, just after some number of objects is increased, but definitely it's almost like a centralized one due to centralization. Next, processing power and time. But here the processing power and time required to perform encryption for all the objects involved in the blockchain based ecosystem. But actually in IoT, different computing capabilities, different storage capabilities. But each and every object, I mean that device is not possible to execute that algorithm. Okay, that's why I specify here. IoT networks are compromised of devices, have a very different computing capabilities, and not all of them will be capable of running the same encryption algorithm at the desired speed. Different objects you are trying to connect it for the IoT deployment models. So suppose you are executing one particular algorithm in order to validate or some perform, in order to just initially you need to add or some addition or deletion. Okay, just anyway you need to validate the things. So just some cryptographic algorithm you need to execute it. It's very difficult. Okay, it's because each and every object have the same processing power and time. Okay, that is another important challenges. Storage. Blockchain is the central eliminates for the need for the central server. Distributed by nature. But just pressure will increase the size as time passes. But in case of the IoT, the various of smart devices like the sensors have a very low storage capacity. That is important. But just accordingly, we need to address the problems. Just each and everything we need to think of the research perspective. Okay, storage is also one of the major concerns, major challenges. skill, it's unavoidable. Suppose I'm just try to learn for the blockchain, I need some different kind of skill set. IoT has a different kind of skill set. So clearly, I'll just be on point. The few people understood how the blockchain technology really works. When you add IoT to the mix, that number will change drastically. A different kind of skill set is required. Suppose you try to integrate, but definitely the count is automatically reduced. The skill, it is one of the common challenges. It's one of the common challenges. Yeah, that is, next one is the legal and the compliance issues. It's one of the serious problem for the manufacturer and the service providers. Different rules, policies, regulations. Okay, you need to think about further based on the applications. Okay, it's very important issues, but then we need for the common standards or common rules and regulations. After some period of time, this is possible. So clearly, the people are this way the regulations for the each and everything. Okay, legal and compliance issues also one of the challenges. Naming and discovery. Here actually IoT is dynamic in nature. Okay, just for example, just keep moving all the times, change the topology according to the devices or networks. Okay, but blockchain we need to each and every node you need to identify is very difficult here. Naming one particular node, or for just based on that you just identify that particular node for discovery or some other purpose. It's very difficult here because according to the IoT natures, IoT in dynamic in natures. This was specified. Okay. Specifically, for example, that the Bitcoin application in which the IP address of some centers are embedded within the Bitcoin client and used by nodes to build the network topology. Based on that, you just prepare for the network topology. This particular approach in IoT is very difficult to applicable because IoTs will keep moving all the time, which will change for the topology continuously. Just in order to naming and discovery is also one of the important challenges. Only the 6 challenges we discussed. Scalability issues. For period of time, everything is very difficult to deal. Okay, the traffic, processing overheads is possible. Next is the processing power and time. Okay, according to the IoT objects, devices have the different computing capabilities. So suppose you execute some algorithms for in a validation perspective. Okay, the same capable of running time is you don't expect for the each and every devices. Okay, the processing power and time is also a storage perspective because according to the IoT aspects, the smart devices such as sensors have a very low storage capacity. But according to the blockchain aspect, we need to ledger size will increase periodically, so we need to maintain for the previous and the history, transaction, everything. Okay, but optical storage is the big issues. The skill, because we try to integrate it for the 2 different technologies. Okay, the 2 different technologies we need for the different kind of skill sets. Okay, we need to address, it is also one of the challenges, general challenges. Legal and compliance issues. Okay, in this context of the policies, regulations perspective, the rules, naming and discovery in order to identify the things. These are the major challenges while integrating and blockchain and the IoT. Just 1 second, just overview the complete the presentation. Okay, just I just start with the IoT, that IoT basic architectures, the layers, and keep the benefits of IoT. Some of the challenges, specifically in security aspects. What is the current challenges for the current centralized IoT deployment model we discussed. Next, suppose just centralized, what are the issues in centralized systems? General issues we discussed. Suppose you are thinking of that IoT model in decentralizing, some of the issues is possible to address, but even though the security is one of the important concern. Okay, that's why this proposed one solution, new solution is required to address for this particular security aspects. The blockchain based on the nature of characteristics, like distributed in natures, how it is the blockchain is works, the basic is how the one block of transaction. I mean, one blocks you added it to the existing. Okay, that way how the blockchain is works based on the basic natures we discussed. Okay, based on that, suppose you try to integrate it for the blockchain and IoT, definitely have some advantages and challenges. Okay, so some of the benefits we discussed. As well as some of the challenges. The challenges means some of the things like research aspects. Some of the general challenges also we discussed. Okay, that's all about the content about this presentation. Any doubts or queries we will discuss.
Thank you, sir. It was really an informative session for all of us. Participants, if you have any queries, kindly post it in the chat box, or otherwise you can unmute yourself and ask and post your queries to our resource person. Participants, if there is any query, please post it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask directly to our resource person. Only feedback is coming, sir. Sir, one person, Avani Karari, has asked, what are the areas for research in IoT, sir?
Yeah, research areas means specifically what you are thinking. Research areas just you are trying to integrate with blockchain, or generally you are asking?
Mr. Avani, sir? Sir, with blockchain, sir. He is asking integrating with blockchain.
Yeah, that's some of the challenges I was thinking, specifically
yes,
the scalability aspects. Okay, just some of the challenges like the scalability, the naming, regulations, standards aspects, compliance.
Sir, another question, sir, from Prasanna Jayantima. What are the main mathematical concepts involved in IoT?
I didn't understand, man. What context you are asking? What are the main mathematical concepts involved in IoT? Tell me any scenario, accordingly I will explain.
Ma'am, you can unmute and ask the query, ma'am.
Mathematical concepts based on the application. For example, you will consider one particular applications, like where I have also used one particular published on paper, irrigation system, smart irrigation systems. Okay, for example, based on the temperatures, just smartly will just give further that irrigation systems. Okay, in this I applied for the some basic mathematics. And what basis? Just find out for the temperatures in terms of humidity, temperatures. Okay, just each and based on the values of the particular, just find for the maximum throughput value. Based on the throughput value, this it just enhances for the smart irrigation systems.
Sir, she's asking because she's basically a mathematical faculty. He wanted to know the importance of mathematics in IoT, sir.
Yeah, for example, any kind of algorithm, take any one particular application or one particular area. First of all, you need to think about what kind of objects you are planning to connect over the in IoT model, deployment models. Okay, based on that model, definitely you need to is any kind of algorithm is converted into mathematical. Based on the application requirements, so think of for any algorithm, even just normal linear algebra, just a different basic mathematics. You converted into that algorithm based on the application requirement.
Okay. Ma'am, I think you might have satisfied, ma'am, or if there is any further queries, ma'am. She's telling thank you. Participants, is there any queries? Okay, sir. Actually, it was a really an exciting session. We are sure that all the participants would have attained a good knowledge on what is IoT, its architecture, benefits of IoT, decentralization, that is decentralized IoT model, and the various issues in it, how this
Voice is
integration of IoT.
breaking.
Ma'am, sir, it's breaking, sir.
Yeah. Now okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, so that is a decentralized IoT model and the various issues in the IoT model. How this integration of IoT with blockchain is going to overcome these issues and the benefits of integrating IoT with blockchain and the various challenges in integrating blockchain with IoT, etc. Once again, we thank you for your valuable suggestions, sir. We are eagerly looking forward for more such interactions in the years to come. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I leave, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Participants, kindly wait for 5 more minutes. We'll have our valedictory function.
Yeah, Lata ma'am.
Kindly, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we will wait for 5 more minutes, ma'am.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
HOD ma'am will join. After that, we will have the valedictory, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Participants, I have posted the link for collecting your details for the purpose of printing your certificates also in the chat box. Kindly fill that also to avoid any mistakes in your certificates. And also this test link will be posted in the chat box only at the end of this valedictory function. Thank you. Participants, kindly fill the feedback form as well as the information for certificates also.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Kindly, ma'am.
Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Manigaran sir completed. So, we'll
Ah,
start. Okay, no problem.
Maniandan sir left the meeting, ma'am. He
Okay.
completed, ma'am.
So, I don't know whether deans are joined.
Shall we ask,
Shall I
ma'am?
call?
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Deans. Shall I? Okay. Wait a minute. I'll call. And get back to
Okay.
you. Kindly, ma'am.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
We'll start. Dean sir is very busy with some other official work. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we
Yes.
will start, ma'am. Good
Yeah, yeah.
evening, all. Good evening, all present online. We welcome you all for the valedictory function of the AECT sponsored short-term training program on IoT with blockchain application and challenges, Series 3. A magnetic personality who is instrumental in keeping us on track is our HOD, Dr. S. Jabin Begum. May we now request her to welcome this beautiful online gathering.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Good evening to all present over here. So, am I audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's an immense pleasure to welcome you all via online for the validity function of this AECT sponsored online short-term training program, STTP, Series 3 from 1 to 21 to today. That is 6 to 21 on Internet of Things with the blockchain applications and challenges. The first, we thank the AECT for sponsoring this STTP, and we successfully completed these three sessions, the series 1, series 2, and series 3. And we had a very good resource persons and as well as very good participants, and hope all the three series will be useful for the participants, and it will be beneficial for the academicians. And here now we express our gratitude to our secretary and correspondent, the H.T. Chandrasekhar sir, who is always the motivating force for us. And it is his vision and leadership that has brought the highest honor to our institution. And next, we will a hearty welcome to our respected principal, Dr. N. Jayaraman sir, an intellectual scholar who gave us optimistic or inspiration in all our activities. We welcome our Dean Professor P. Jayachandra sir, Controller of Examinations, Dr. K. R. Valuvan sir, Administrative Manager, Mr. N. Perisami sir. They always set an example for all of us. So we welcoming all. And next, we welcome the heads of various departments, teaching and non-teaching ministerial staff members, invitees, and we thank the resource persons who handled the various sessions on these 6 days, and the participants of this STTP from various institutions all over India. Welcome you all. Hope the issues and challenges addressed in detail in these 6 days and the objective met and will help the researchers and as well as academicians. So with this hope, once again, I welcome you all for this AECT sponsored online short-term training program, Series 3 Validity Function on Internet of Things with blockchain applications and challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we welcome the coordinator of this STTP, Dr. V. Lata Jyoti, to say a few words about the happenings of the Series 3. Lata, ma'am, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This 6-day-long STTP was inaugurated on 1/2/2021 by Mr. G. Suyambunathan, Practice Director, IoT, HCL Technologies, Chennai, who also handled the session on IoT and its requirements, which was continued in the afternoon by Dr. Dabasis Bera, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIIT Kalyani, on design and power blocks of IoT. We started the second day of our STTP with a discussion on building blocks, protocols and technologies, security and challenges of IoT by Jennifer Jebejodi Ebenezer, Senior Member, Education Training and Assessment, Infosys Chennai, which was continued in the afternoon by Mr. G. Sanjay Deep, Software Engineer, Web App Developer, Accenture Chennai, on Introduction and Evolution of Blockchain. The third day STTP session was started with a discussion on components and concepts of IoT, identification and analysis of different ways of integrating IoT with blockchain by Dr. P. Varalakshmi Ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Technology, MIT Anna University, Chennai, which was followed by Dr. Muruganandam Ponuswamy, Deputy Registrar, IIIT Kalyani, on techniques and cryptographic algorithms in blockchain for IoT. We began the fourth day of our STTP with a discussion on application of blockchain in industries and smart environments, and about the future of future and security of blockchain-based IoT applications by Dr. Mahib, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, GH Raisani University, Amaravati, Maharashtra. And in our afternoon session, we continued with a discussion on types of blockchains, public blockchain, Ethereum and its components by Mr. S. Yoganand, Teaching Fellow, Anna University, MIT Campus, Krompet, Chennai. The fifth day of our STTP was handled by Dr. S. Kanimuthu, Associate Professor, Department of IT, Karpagam College of Engineering, Coimbatore, on the topic Solidity Language for Ethereum, Deploying Solidity Smart Contract in Ethereum Blockchain, which was continued in the afternoon by Dr. R. Thangarajan Sir, Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai, on the topic Theoretical and Programming Aspects of Integrating Blockchain with IoT. We began the last day of our STTP, that is today, with a discussion on research aspects in integrating blockchain with IoT by Dr. V. Gauri Shankar, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Velala College of Engineering Technology, Erode, and was continued in the afternoon by Dr. R. Manigandan, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Karpagam Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, on the topic Challenges and Potential Benefits in the Integration of Blockchain with IoT. Now, we are going to put our curtains down by this valedictory function, followed by an assessment on our STTP topic. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we request the participants of the series 3 to provide their feedback. Participants, kindly unmute and say your feedback.
Participants, please. So your feedback is essential for us. So Zahir Hussain is asking, kindly provide all the PPTs. Sure, it
Sir,
will be given.
all the PPTs and the recordings will be, that is, we will send the email by Monday. Participants, kindly unmute and provide your feedback, please.
Please give your suggestions, valuable things. So chat box they are providing. Whole week was well prepared by organizers and resource persons also. Thank you, sir.
Madam, I am Dr. Kumar Chandra from Christ University, Bangalore.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes,
How are
ma'am.
you? Well,
yes,
thank you,
bye,
sir.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Please, sir.
really all the sessions, the session topics, as well as the presenters really made their full effort. And another one, thanks from the organizers part, we received all the informations correctly.
Okay,
We didn't, the communication wise, everything is excellent, ma'am.
Thank you,
Really, we enjoyed these 6 days proceedings very well. Especially all the speakers, they made their job very well, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So please, participants.
Shubhangi, ma'am, kindly unmute and say a few words, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, all of you. I'm just a learner. Actually, I just joined a new as a faculty member in a Pune college. The whole session was, means, the whole week was very nicely prepared by each and every resource person. And I also thank to all the organizing team. So, means we are getting so much information from your side. Really, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other participant?
So kindly, ma'am.
Shall I propose the vote of thanks, ma'am?
Hope the sessions are well. Uh, so everyone is satisfied. I think so. Okay. So thank you very much, all the participants. Okay, kindly, ma'am, please. We'll proceed. Thank you. Thank you. We'll proceed.
Happy evening to all present online. It's a privilege and a great pleasure for me to extend a vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering and the entire fraternity of Lelalo College of Engineering and Technology to all those who have contributed in one way or other to make this valedictory function as well as all the three series a successful one. First, we Akada sincere thank for AICTE for providing us this sponsorship to conduct this STTP. We express our heartfelt gratitude to our secretary and correspondent, Sri S.D. Chandrasekhar sir, who gave us optimistic inspiration in all our activities. We are highly indebted to our principal, Dr. M. Jayaraman sir, who is well known for his boundless energy, patience, integrity, and commitment. We thank our dean, Professor Jayachandra sir, COE, Dr. K.R. Valluvan sir, manager, Mr. Periyaswamy sir, for their eminent leadership. We accord our sincere gratitude to all the chief guests of the three series and all the resource persons. They really gave us a lot of inputs. We thank our HOD, Dr. S. Jabin Begum, for her valuable guidance. We also thank the HODs, faculty members, and non-teaching staff members of all the departments for helping us. We thank all the participants of all these three series who actively participated and gave good feedback. Thank you all once again, and I thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So assessment link also posted. Okay. So feedback, certificate, program information, everything is available in the chat box. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Pao.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
So
ma'am.
the assessment link will be open till 7 o'clock. So all the participants kindly provide your feedback and provide the correct information in the certificate link. Also, kindly do the assessment well. Thank you, HOD ma'am. Thank you, Lata ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, Kalvili, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lata, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.